The Panzerkampfwagen V Ausf.A is the second production variant of the iconic Panzerkampfwagen V Panther medium tank family. Many Panther V characteristics, such as the small rectangular letterbox hull machine gun opening, remained on the early production Panther A manufactured between July and December 1943. The Panther A turret has received significant modifications. For starters, the gun mantlet on the Panther A turret was larger than the one on the previous Panther V. The design of the cast turret side directly behind the gun mantlet was modified to a dish-shaped protrusion to fit the new gun mantlet. In addition, a new dome-shaped cast armor commander's cupola was designed, and a ring was mounted on the commander's cupola to allow for the mounting of an anti-aircraft light machine gun. A single-speed turret power traverse system was also introduced, allowing Panther A to react to adversary tanks considerably faster than before. Finally, the German army put a unique coating called Simmerit on the tank's outside surface, anticipating that the Soviets and Allies would deploy magnetic mines to destroy the tank. But Simmerit aims to minimize the effectiveness of magnets adhering to the metal hull. The Panther A was part of the next generation of medium tanks that officially superseded the Panzer IVs in World War II. The Panther A is widely regarded as one of the best medium tanks of World War II, combining mobility, protection, and firepower. After the Soviet T-34, it was one of the most influential tank designs and served as the foundation for many later medium tank designs in other countries. The turret traverse speed is much faster than the previous Panther D model, lowering reaction time to unexpected spotting of enemies at close quarters significantly. Commanders can also use the commander's cupola-mounted MG-34 light machine gun as a deterrence to hostile low-flying aircraft. Other modifications were introduced during the production run. Ausf.A and Ausf.A tanks were also upgraded with different features once they had been issued to a Panzer division when they went to a maintenance or repair unit. The chassis used for the early production Panther Ausf.A was almost same as that used for the Ausf.A. This new batch of Panther tanks was given a new version designation, Ausf.A, because they were fitted with an improved turret. The new turret, like the chassis, underwent changes during its production. The 7.5 cm Kpfw 42L70 gun was the same, and so was the binocular Tz.Kfz gun sight. The external shape of the new turret looked very similar to the older Ausf.A turret, but there were some subtle changes. The gun mantle on the Ausf.A turret was wider than the one fitted to the older Ausf.A. Directly behind the gun mantle, the shape of the cast turret side had changed to a dish-shaped protrusion to fit the new seal for the gun mantle. Early production Ausf.A tanks had the same rectangular letterbox pistol port in the front glassy plate, out of which the radio operator could fire a machine gun. In late November 1943, a ball-mount bugle blend with a spherical armored guard was introduced. The radio operator could now see forward through the machine gun sight. The forward-facing periscope was no longer fitted. His side periscope was repositioned 25 millimeters further to the right. The early production Panther Ausf.A had the same layout as on the Ausf.A tank, with two vertical exhaust pipes sticking out of individual curved armored guards at the rear of the tank. Now 3 long vertical pipes came out of a modified armored curved cover. There was still only one exhaust pipe coming out of the armored cover on the right side of the tank. The design of the armor casing for the final drive housing was altered during the production run of Ausf.A Panthers. The Panther was born out of the shock of combat on the Eastern Front during the 1941 Operation Barbarossa. There, German units first met the T-34 and KV-1 tanks, which posed significant problems to the German tank and anti-tank cannons. Panther tanks first saw action during the Battle of Kursk on the Eastern Fronts. They were also used in Italy, France, Belgium, and Holland. They took part in the Ardennes Offensive, the Battle of the Bulge plus the defense of Germany. It had better cross-country mobility than the Tiger tank and had the same, if not more, hitting power, with its 7.5 centimeters long-barreled high-velocity anti-tank gun. The use of sloped armor kept the weight of the tank down but maintained its protection level. The angled front 80mm armor glassy plate gave more protection than the Tiger tank's 100mm vertical armor plate. Enemy tank crews always tried to outflank Panther tanks to fire at its more vulnerable side or rear armor. The Panther tank was armed with a long-barreled high-velocity 7.5 centimeters gun that could knock out all Allied and Soviet tanks at long distances. It had an effective direct fire range of 1.1 kilometers to 1.3 kilometers. With a good gun crew, it could fire 6 rounds a minute. 79 rounds of 75mm ammunition could be stored inside the tank. There was a coaxial 7.92mm MG-34 machine gun next to it. The German designers added protective skirt armor made from 4mm soft steel Schurzhen to protect the visible 40mm chassis side armor visible between the top of the track and below the pannier. It was believed this area would be vulnerable to penetration at close range by Soviet anti-tank rifles. Starting in late August 1943, the factory started to apply Zimmered anti-magnetic mine paste on all upright surfaces of the Panther tanks on the production line. A Maybach HL210, 650 horsepower engine was replaced with the more powerful HL230, 700 horsepower engine.